Michael B. Jordan stepped into the studio, and everything changed instantly. The spotlights hit his eyes like laser beams, dazzling and merciless. The roar of the audience grew, like an ocean wave about to crash down. The cameras, these cold electronic eyes, turned toward him, capturing every movement, every breath. Michael's heart pounded in his chest like a drum, beating the rhythm of an inevitable battle. A light tremor ran through his hands, not from fear, but from that anticipation when you know you're in the arena where every word can become a weapon. What would you do in his place? Stand calmly, or already prepare for the strike? How would you feel knowing the whole world is watching, judging, waiting for your mistake? He adjusted his tie, trying to appear confident, but inside, chaos swirled. Are you ready, Michael? It's just an interview, he thought, but he knew it was a lie. The show Hot Seats was notorious for its cruelty. The host, Alex Rivers, had a reputation for dissecting guests like a mechanic tearing apart an old engine. The audience, hungry for scandal, applauded every jab. Michael had come to talk about his new film, about a role that demanded deep exploration of themes of injustice. But something in the air smelled like a trap. He felt it in the producer's glances, in the nervous smiles of the assistants. A flashback hit unexpectedly, like a blow to the gut. He remembered his childhood in Newark, those streets where police patrols were the norm, and black boys like him were always suspects. Once, when he was 16, an officer stopped him just for walking home from practice. "Hands up. Face the wall," the cop shouted, and Michael felt the cold metal of handcuffs on his wrists. It turned out to be a mistake. They were looking for someone else. But the moment left a scar, the feeling of helplessness, when the system sees you as a threat, not a human being. Why am I letting myself remember this now? He thought, clenching his fists. Anger boiled inside, but he kept it under control. Dignity, this was his shield. Alex Rivers walked onto the stage, smiling like a shark spotting its prey. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have a very special guest. Michael B. Jordan, star of Creed and Black Panther. Applause. The audience erupted in ovation, but Michael noticed the falseness. A few people in the front row were whispering, looking at their phones. Social media was already buzzing. He had seen tweets before entering. Hashtag Michael on hot seat. Will he handle the pressure? He sat down in the chair, trying to relax, but sweat appeared on his forehead. His breathing quickened, and his fingers drummed on the armrest. So, Michael, great to have you here. You're an icon to many, but let's talk reality. Your new film touches on police racism. You play a lawyer fighting the system. But don't you think you're exaggerating? Many say Hollywood is making a mountain out of a molehill. Alex leaned forward, his eyes gleaming. The audience whispered, cameras zoomed in. Michael felt anger rise from deep within. This is an exaggeration, Alex. It's reality for millions of people. I played a role based on true stories. But the host didn't stop. Look at the statistics. Police risk their lives every day. Don't you think your roles incite hatred toward them? The question hit like a slap. The audience split. Some applauded, some murmured disapprovingly. Michael's inner monologue roared. Don't react emotionally. Maintain your dignity. But how? They're questioning not only me, but my fight. He recalled another flashback, his first big role, when critics said he was too black for a Hollywood hero. Back then he stayed silent, but now he was here in the spotlight. The physical signs of stress were visible. Sweaty palms, a dry throat. He swallowed, trying to speak calmly. I'm not inciting hatred. I'm showing the truth. If it bothers you, that means the problem exists. But the provocations continued. Alex brought on a guest, a conservative commentator, Jenna Fox, who immediately went on the attack. Michael, you're a millionaire living in luxury. How can you talk about injustice? You're part of the system you criticize. The audience laughed. Cameras captured his reaction. Social media exploded. Tweets with the hashtag #HypocriteJordan. Michael felt the pressure tighten around his chest. I earned this through hard work. But that doesn't erase the experience of millions. His voice trembled, but he held firm. What would you do, he thought, addressing the reader silently. Would you stay seated, or would you stand and leave? Tension mounted. Alex showed a clip from the film where Michael confronts the police and commented, "It looks dramatic, but in reality, many say you're romanticizing criminals." Humiliation became public. The audience chanted, "Truth or lie," as cameras circled. Michael felt his anger deepen into something heavier. Doubt. Maybe they're right? Maybe I'm exaggerating? But no, a flashback returned. A friend killed by the police, an unjust accusation. No, I'm not giving up. Midway through the show, an unexpected twist occurred. As an assistant passed by, she whispered to Michael, "They specifically invited her to provoke you. It's for ratings." His eyes widened. Can Michael maintain control? The question hung in the air. What choice will he make, surrender or fight? He decided to fight, but wisely. Let's look at the facts, Alex. Statistics show a disparity in arrests. This isn't my imagination. But the host interrupted. Facts? Or your interpretation? The guest added, "You're using your platform for political games. This isn't art, it's propaganda." The psychological dilemma intensified. Michael's inner conflict reached its peak. Aggression will make me a victim of their game. But silence is a betrayal of my principles. Physically, he felt dizzy. His heart pounded. The pause on air seemed eternal. Cameras captured his silence. The audience whispered. What next, he thought. Explosion or control? The climax approached. Alex pressed. Michael, admit it. Your roles make you a hero to some and a villain to others. Do you regret it? This was the moment of truth. Michael stood, looking directly into the camera. His inner monologue. Fear, yes. But pride is stronger. Anger, fuel, not fire. He spoke calmly, but firmly. I do not regret it. Truth is not convenient. If my roles make people uncomfortable, it means they are necessary. I stand for justice, not ratings. The audience went silent, then erupted into applause. Alex looked bewildered. Symbolically, the tone of social media shifted. Tweets with hashtag #JordanCourage trended. Michael's moral choice to respond with principles changed the dynamics. The show did not become a scandal, but a lesson. Audience reaction. Many stood, applauding. Industry impact. Producers later admitted that such confrontational interviews were harmful, and the show changed its format. At the end, Michael left the studio, feeling triumphant. In the hallway, a spontaneous encounter. A fan ran up saying, "You've inspired me to fight." He smiled, reflecting, "I'm stronger than I thought." The transformation was complete, from a victim of humiliation to an agent of change. Society responded. Articles on courage, debates about media ethics. The emotional resonance lingered. Reader, what would you have done? Could you have stood firm? Michael B. Jordan stood backstage at hot seats, watching the monitor where the show's promo played. The clock read 7:45 p.m., 15 minutes before live broadcast. The air was thick with the smell of hot lights and fresh coffee from the assistants. His manager, Sarah, stood nearby, reviewing notes. Michael, remember, stick to the film's topic. Alex loves to provoke, but you're the professional. He nodded, but inside he boiled. Easy for her to say. She's not in the spotlight. When his entrance was announced, he stepped onto the stage. The spotlights blinded him, and the audience, around 200 people, applauded. But amid the cheers, he heard mocking shouts. Here we go, he thought. Alex Rivers, a tall man with perfect hair and a sharp gaze, shook his hand. Welcome, Michael. Sit down, make yourself at home. The chair was uncomfortable, as if designed to make the guest fidget. The interview started neutrally. Questions about filming, training for the role. But it quickly turned provocative. Michael, in the film you play a lawyer defending a black man from the police. But critics say it's anti-police propaganda. Your thoughts? Michael's heart raced. This isn't propaganda, Alex. It's a reflection of reality. I studied real cases, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor. It's about systemic injustice. Alex smiled. But the police say movies like this make their work more dangerous. Do you feel responsible? Flashback. Michael remembered receiving threats in 2013 after Fruitvale Station. You're making us the enemy, the letters said. Back then, he doubted his career. Should I choose easier roles? But no, this was his calling. Now in the studio, sweat ran down his back. His hands trembled. I do feel responsible for the truth, he replied. The invited guest, Jenna Fox, entered with a smile. She was known for her conservative views on Fox News. Michael, nice to meet you. But let's be honest, you're a Hollywood star living in a Beverly Hills mansion. How can you speak about systemic injustice when you're part of the elite? The audience laughed. Someone shouted, truth. Cameras zoomed in on Michael's face, capturing every micro-expression. Social media, he knew, was already buzzing. Tweets and memes placing his face on caricatures. Inner monologue. Anger is burning, but don't let it out. They want you to explode. That's their ratings. He swallowed, feeling his mouth dry. I grew up in Newark, Jenna. I know what poverty and prejudice are. My success isn't a reason to stay silent about other people's struggles. But she didn't stop. Your film portrays police as monsters. Is that fair? Or are you just playing to emotions for an Oscar? Tension escalated. Alex showed a clip from the film. The scene where Michael's character stands up to the cops. Look, audience, drama or reality? Reactions were mixed. Some applauded, others booed. Michael felt pressure squeezing his temples. Can he maintain control? He asked himself mentally. An unexpected twist. During a commercial break, an assistant whispered, "They have a dossier on you. Old tweets about BLM. Be careful." After the break, the provocations intensified. Michael, you support Black Lives Matter. But some say it's a movement dividing America. Do you agree? Jenna added, are you questioning patriotism? It was public humiliation, under the camera's scrutiny. Michael felt his legs go numb, his breathing shallow. Flashback. His uncle's death at the hands of police when he was 10. His mother's tears, his family's helplessness. No, I don't divide. I unite around justice. A psychological pause. He fell silent for a moment, looking out at the audience. The crowd froze. What choice, fight or surrender? He chose to fight. Let's stick to the facts. 40% of arrests are of black people, though we make up 13% of the population. This is not made up. Alex went all in. Michael, admit it. Your career is built on racial themes. Without them, you'd be nobody. It hit hard. Anger flared. But Michael transformed it into strength. He stood. My career is my work. But if my roles change the world, I am proud. You want humiliation? I'll give the truth. The audience erupted, applause, debates. Alex tried to regain control, but the moment was lost. After the show, Michael walked out, feeling relieved. In the dressing room, Sarah hugged him. You did it. Social media. #JordanHero. Transformation. He realized dignity is stronger than humiliation. Society responded. Articles on media ethics, changes in shows. Emotional resonance. Courage inspires. Let's dive deeper into that night. Michael arrived at the studio in a black SUV, parking behind the building. Paparazzi flashed cameras, shouting questions. Michael, are you ready for the grilling? He smiled for the photos, but inside, he was nervous. In the dressing room, he sat before the mirror, applying powder. You've done this thousands of times, he told himself. But this show was different. It had a reputation as a meat grinder. When he stepped out, the director's shout of "live" sounded like a gunshot. Alex started with compliments. You're one of the best actors of your generation. But he quickly turned sharp. Let's talk about the film. You play a lawyer accusing the system of racism. Is it autobiographical? Michael replied, partly. I've seen it in real life. Physically. Adrenaline made his heart beat 120 times per minute. Jenna entered, sitting across from him. Her first question. Michael, you criticize the police, but use private security. Hypocrisy. The audience laughed. Michael felt heat on his face. Security is for protection from fans, not the system. But she pressed, your films make black heroes victims. That doesn't empower, it victimizes. She's provoking. Don't react. Flashback. A 2018 interview where he was accused of reverse racism for his role in Black Panther. Then he had stayed calm, and it worked. Now, he did the same. During the show, a viewer tweet appeared. Jordan, a fake activist. He's in it for money. Alex read it aloud. Humiliation peaked. Michael thought, give up? No. He spoke. I am not fake. I donate to charities, work with communities. Climax. Michael, are you questioning my country? Jenna asked. He answered, not the country, but the injustice in it. The audience applauded. The show ended on a high note. Michael walked to his car, gazing at the stars. I changed something, he thought. Transformation. From doubt to confidence. The story became legendary in the industry.